Okay, I think we'll get started. Mr. Carroll, is we okay?
Right.
We're okay, all right. Okay, welcome everyone. We are celebrating our 6 student athletes this afternoon with our spring signing day ceremony. I'll explain a little bit about what that means and kind of what's going to happen here. Just so you know, just kind of give an idea of the direction we're going today with this ceremony. It's going to be fairly quick and there'll be opportunities at the end for photos and celebratory cookies up front that everyone are welcome to for sure. So I'm going to go through and introduce everybody, explain where they're going, what college or university they're going, and for what sport. Then we'll pass the microphone to each one of the student athletes. They will give you a 30 seconds, just synopsis of one or a couple of reasons why they chose the college or university they're going to, because obviously they're stars today and you'd like to hear from them. And then we will circle back around and call a representative coach from each one of their respective programs to say a few words about them. Once that is done, then we will have a signing moment, if you will, where they're going to sign their letters of intent, which I'll explain what those are and what they mean here in a second, but they will do that. And it'll be a long 10-second drawn-out signature, so you'll have opportunities to come up. There'll be a countdown, you can take photos and do everything you need, and then we'll close things out. And like I say, use the backdrops for pictures and family, friends. Come on up here, we'll wear whatever you like. And like I say, just kind of a short ceremony, but one that's extremely important to honor these student athletes that are going on. All right, so with that said, the letter of intent signing days, like why this is even a big deal and why this is so significant in the first place. What the National Letter of Intent is and does, and you hear all about like recruiting and I've committed and I've been offered and all that good stuff. That's all great. It's all part of the recruiting process and the process of the student athletes going through their high school careers and colleges being interested and seeing them and communication taking place between student athletes and families and universities and whatnot. But until a letter of intent is signed, and there's specific moments and periods, if you will, there's actual days throughout the year. This is one of those periods that we're in now in the spring for the next wave of letters of intent. But this now becomes a legally binding document between the student athletes and their families and the universities themselves, where everything prior to this, till the letter of intent is signed and submitted, everything prior is simply verbal. It's just verbal, a handshake agreement, which unfortunately doesn't mean a whole lot until these things are officially signed. You could have coaching changes, you could have decisions that are made where student athletes then get offers pulled from them, and then you have student athletes changing their minds on the university. So once this is signed, and again, signing day, letters, such a big deal, it shows the commitment between the university, the student athlete. Now it's rock solid. It's a legally binding document, so that's why we celebrate it, and it is now the last and the official decision made by everyone involved. So that's why we're here, and that's why it's so exciting. So these 6 student athletes are going to make that decision, and we're formally going to celebrate it today. All right, so without further ado, we go down the line. We've got them listed alphabetically. So starting to the right, for McKenna Blore. She is going to further her academic and athletic career at Lake Erie College for cross country and track and field. She will be a member of the Storm athletic program. And those of you that don't know, Lake Erie College, right down the road in Painesville, Ohio. And I'd like to give kind of some little anecdotal facts and whatnot. It's 2.5 miles away and 7 minutes from the campus. So look that up, and it'll be interesting to see where everyone else is going here. But yeah, right down the road, and I'll be excited to hear kind of why you chose that McKenna here in a second. So our first honoree, McKenna Blore. Next we have Evan Garbincus. He's going to Case Western Reserve University for baseball. He will be a Spartan. Case Western Reserve University is in Cleveland, Ohio. It's a little further away, 30 miles roughly, and 38 minutes from the campus. So Evan definitely is going to be anxious to hear, how you got to that decision as well. So we'll hear from you in a second. Evan Garbincus. Next we have Sam Heramb. He will be joining the University of Mount Union and the Purple Raider athletic department. He will be playing soccer for the University of Mount Union. Mount Union is in Alliance, Ohio, and that is 77 miles from the campus. And his trip and his family's trip when they go watch him will be an hour and 33 minutes. So definitely excited to see what you do moving forward, Sam. Sam Heramb. Andrew Taggart. He will be attending John Carroll University to further his academic and athletic career, and he will be playing basketball. He will be a Blue Streak. John Carroll is in University Heights, Ohio, 28 miles from the campus in roughly 39 minutes. Andrew, I know you're looking forward to getting back on the floor and being fully healthy here, so looking forward to see what you do as well. Andrew Taggart. Owen Tornow, Ohio Wesleyan University. Now we're getting a little bit further. He's going to play baseball. He's going to be a bishop. I believe it's a battling bishop, as they sometimes refer to. Ohio Wesleyan University is in Delaware, Ohio, 155 miles from the campus here. And his journey and his family's journey will take him roughly 2 hours and 27 minutes. So, Owen, we can't wait to see what you do as well, Owen. Owen Tornow. And last, certainly not least, though, John Young. He will be traveling the furthest. And I think this is the first time we've ever had all honorees stay in the great state of Ohio. So that's kind of cool and kind of interesting. But John Young, he will be going to the University of Rio Grande. He will be participating in cross-country and track and field. He will be a member of the Red Storm athletic program. It's in Rio Grande, Ohio, 265 miles from here, and the journey is roughly 4 hours and 10 minutes. And I do need to say that we do wish McKenna and John specifically, as they're still competing in track this week, good luck to you guys as well. But John Young. Okay, I think McKenna, let's start with you and give us, again, 30-second synopsis of what made you choose Lake Erie College.
So I picked Lake Erie because they offered me the most.
I picked Case Western Reserve because they also offer me a lot of money, and I love the setting of the campus, and I think it'll help me in my career field down the road.
I chose Mount Union because of the program and because of the coaching staff.
I chose John Carroll University because they have a great basketball program. They have a lot of great coaches and players I can learn from right now, and academically it's going to do well as well.
I chose Ohio Wesleyan University because I felt the campus was really nice and the coach was a great fit for me. I chose Grande because they had a great campus, it was beautiful, and I love the coach.
Okay, now time for coaches to come on up. Again, we'll just keep the same order. We'll go through. So McKenna will be first. Coach Wade, yeah, absolutely.
congratulations to all of the athletes that are on the stage today. McKenna is just a wonderful person. I know she's going to find much success over there at Lake Erie College. 4-year letter winner cross country, track and field. What I can say about McKenna, most coachable athlete probably that I've ever had. She soaks up every single thing that I say and do, and she does it. So she's sitting up here. Tomorrow we're traveling down to Austin town, really because, as I said, she's all in. She's all into the training, she's all into the recovery, she's all into the academics. Just a wonderful person. So when I talk to the college coaches, and they always ask me, are they coachable? She sure is. So really proud of how her performances have been over the past 4 years. The other thing about McKenna, she's fierce. So sometimes when we're coaching the female athlete, getting the locked in and being fierce and determined, it's hard for me to get it right here, this girl right here, locked in. I'm 100% confident that she will run for 4 years, that she will graduate out of Lake Erie, and she will become exactly what she says she wants to do. Because McKenna, what McKenna wants, McKenna goes out and gets it. Congratulations, McKenna.
Okay, Evan will be next. Coach, yeah.
And I guess if you want to talk about maybe both of them, you know, while you're up here.
Yep, my idea exactly. So I'll have Evan and Owen both come over this way. And kind of leads me into, for me, baseball's been a part of my entire life, and life and baseball kind of mirror each other. We learn great lessons from both, and they carry over to one another. And so it's good to have a plan no matter what you're doing, and then it's very important that you're able to adapt when life throws you curveballs. And these two guys definitely have a plan in life, and they're very reliable, which is important, not only in baseball, but just in relationships with other adults as they move forward in their lives. Both of them are people that I can count on, and people sitting here in front of us would definitely say the same thing that they can count on. So just tremendous two young men, and I couldn't be more proud to have them on my team this year. Owen Tornow really stepped up. We weren't sure who was going to take the lead on the mound this year, and he did a tremendous job being that guy. So the go-to guy, when we needed a guy and his arm was fresh, he was the one that was going to be on the mound. So I'm very pleased for the success that he had, and also the huge role he played on our team this year. So congratulations, Tornow. Like I said, it's important to have a plan in life or whatever you're about to attack, whether it be for a day, a month, or hopefully you're forever. Evan and I have always had a plan together, day in and day out, and things change, and you have to be able to adapt to those changes and still rise to the top. And sometimes you don't make it to the top, but what you do next is how you get measured. And Garbincus always has battled through different things that have attempted to hold him back. You never know when you're going to get an opportunity in life. You never know when you're going to get an opportunity in the baseball game. You could play 2 games in a row in left field and a ball doesn't come to you the entire time. You might be out there the next game and line drives, fly balls over your head. You're just getting bombarded. So you always have to be ready. Back in the beginning of Garbincus' high school career, I always remember the Kenston game, and it was a battle, as it always is, and he stepped in on the mound and shut them down as a sophomore, and we went on to win that baseball game in large part to his efforts and, of course, his teammates. And then, great beginning. Plans changed. who knew if he was going to be a dominant pitcher his entire career, a tremendous hitter, or if he was going to have, the most success on defense. But as things kind of turned this way and that, we always communicated and came up with the next plan on what would be best for him and his success and how he could best help us. So he didn't pitch that much after his sophomore year, and then kind of adapted, became a DH, a little bit of first base, finally got him back in the outfield. He has a tremendous arm. Runners that try to score from third are definitely at risk for not counting as a run. And then, just for me, winning and losing is very important, but really the journey that you take on all those bumps in the road are what really matters. And really couldn't ask for a better last at-bat for Evan this year. Playing at the captains, we have 2 guys on base, and we're down by 3, and he hits the ball over the right field wall. So tremendous. I'm very happy that that's the way it ended. So congratulations, Garbincus. And congrats to all the student athletes.
Congratulations to all of you. Congratulations to you as well, Sam. Just to share a brief story, Sam came into the program for us, and he actually missed tryouts as an incoming freshman. So the coaching staff has a policy that if you do miss tryouts, that basically we take that student athlete, have them try out with the third team, and then the second team, and then the first team. And when Sam came into the program, I was responsible for the third team. So he starts that tryout with myself and the guys I had. And after that initial time with me, got together with the coaching staff and they said, well, how'd it go with Sam? I said, I can't work with this guy. Just can't do it. He's too good. He's gonna make me look bad. That's a credit to his technical skills, tactical skills, his leadership. And we just touched on each of those 3 in a brief second here. First, technical. There's probably no better player that I've coached. I've been coaching for about 15 years. There's no better player I've worked with in terms of free kicks. We needed Sam to deliver a ball near post, low. Sam was the guy to deliver. If we needed far post side netting, Sam could deliver that. Any distance on the pitch. We needed a ball delivered, 2nd, 6th in the penalty box to one of our center backs for a heading opportunity. Sam could deliver that. Unbelievable ability on free kicks. Never seen anything like it. Tactically, a couple years ago, as some of you know, we won the Western Reserve Conference Championship. That took a lot of guys to accomplish that goal. We were able to utilize Sam in multiple positions throughout that year. The thing that was really incredible wasn't Sam just playing the 11, or playing the 7, sometimes the 9. He could play those positions equally as well and understand what needed to be done in that position. And a great thing as a coach for me, we pull him off to give him a breather, halftime, and pull him aside. Sam, tell me what you're seeing out there. I learned so much as a coach just listening to Sam's analysis of those games. You don't see that a lot in many players. And this last year, he was one of our co-captains in the varsity squad. And I felt like that was the opportunity for me to finally pour into him. Technically, tactically, this guy was top of the charts. But it was my opportunity then to pour into him from a leadership perspective. I remember once before practice, he came to me and he said, Coach, what if we took this player and moved him into this other position? I said, it's a great idea, Sam. And I kind of took a step back and I challenged them. I said, okay, if we do that player here, then how does that affect this over here and that over there? What are the strengths we garner here? And how does that affect other areas, potentially weakening those areas on the team? And I said, secondly, how do you deliver those type of messages to the guys that you're thinking about in terms of these changes? So it was my opportunity to challenge him a little bit from a leadership perspective, poured to him a little, and he delivered for us extremely well this last year as the captain of the squad. But if there is one thing, technically, tactically, leadership, one thing that stands out, and it's probably only in about 10% of the guys I've ever coached, there is a true love of the game in his heart. A true love. A passion that when he steps on the field, whether it's practice, whether it's a game, whether it's just knocking the ball around, he just loves having that ball at his feet. Don't see that in a lot of guys. So Sam, thanks for bringing that passion, that heart to the program these last 4 years. Carry that through to Mount Union. You'll be a tremendous success there, I'm sure, with that love of the game. But don't let it stop there. Carry it beyond there as well. Well done. Congratulations.
Hello, everybody. Congratulations to all the athletes up here. I have the privilege of speaking about Andrew. I first met Andrew when he was a 6th grader at Lamouth Middle School. And what stood out to me most about Andrew had nothing to do with basketball. It was the type of kid that he was, who he was as an individual. And it's no surprise after getting to know his parents over the last 4 years, Andrew is just a great all-around kid. And I have been very privileged to have been his coach. You can see he's got a lot of his teammates here. I know that they would all say the same thing, that they have become better individuals, better basketball players thanks to Andrew. Fast forward to starting to be able to coach Andrew. When he was an incoming freshman, we knew that he was very talented, but we weren't quite sure yet if he was going to be able to play varsity, if he was ready. And also, you never know for a freshman how they would be able to handle that mentally. But again, Andrew, who he is as an individual, we knew that him playing varsity as a freshman wasn't going to be a big deal. And then right away, the very first game his freshman year, Andrew showed no lack of confidence. He took the ball to the hoop strong. I know he had double figures in that very first game against North Royalton. And right there in that moment, he not only proved to us as coaches, but anybody that followed Riverside basketball that he was more than up to the challenge of playing varsity as a freshman. Throughout the years that I've been able to coach Andrew, he has not once changed as a person. He has remained hardworking, humble, coachable, usually always one of the hardest working kids in the gym. He's one of the few that comes in when some guys are talking or taking shots. He's working on stationary ball handling, getting focused and ready for practice. He was never satisfied with where he was at. He always strived to be better. And it's no surprise that during his junior year, he was able to reach the 1,000-point milestone, which only a few individuals have ever reached that milestone at Riverside. He was also a big part of why, as a junior, we were able to set the record for most wins in the season with 21, and also winning the Western Reserve Conference for the first time in 15 years. And I know, just again, talking about who Andrew is as an individual, more so than the 1,000 points or all the different individual accolades that he has received throughout his career, I think what he's most proud of, and correct me if I'm wrong, is the team accomplishments, winning the conference, being able to advance to districts. And I know that's what he speaks about. And again, that's just the type of person that Andrew is. So all in all, I will say I have definitely been privileged. I'm very fortunate to have coached Andrew. And I know that John Carroll is very fortunate to be able to have him there. And he's just only going to, better their program. They're going to be fortunate for having him. So Andrew, good luck. I'm excited to be able to watch you play at the next level. And I know you're going to do a lot of great things with John Carroll. All right, congratulations.
I'm going to take this time really quickly to there are 2 other honorees today that could not make it, but I just want to publicly recognize them. Matt Hribar will be going to John Carroll University for soccer, and Coach Schwartz will be going to Walsh University for baseball. So I just want to publicly recognize them. Coach Walker.
All right, I think I'm last, so I've got, 20 minutes to kill. Hi, I'm Jeff Weber. I'm John's cross-country coach. First off, I'd like to congratulate John on his choice of going to Grande to continue his academics and athletic career. Coach filled you in a little bit about where Grande's at, but for those of you that still want to know, it's about 45 minutes south of OU, right on the state line, so it's pretty far down there, and he's going to enjoy some warmer weather when we're up here enjoying the winter coming off the lake. So I want to share kind of a quick story on how John got here, kind of through my eyes. So I first met John as a runner when he was in 6th grade competing in a just run race that takes place every Memorial Day weekend. Every year there's about 1,000 kids that compete in that race from all over Lake County. Well, the first kid that came across the line was John. Not knowing who he was for sure, I looked him up in the results and it said Lamouth. And I was like, all right, this is my kid. So as the years went by, John plugged away. He improved every year from 7th grade till 10th grade. But in the winter of 10th grade, right when he was ready to take that next step, he had to have major foot surgery. They broke all the bones in his foot, and it came along with about an 18-month healing process. And it's really not starting to heal until probably about now. You're starting to feel better. So it's been a long journey. But luckily, he was a fast healer, and he was able to get back to starting to do some strengthening exercises, I remember, on the roller out on the track, and do some light running his sophomore year. So then we went into the next winter, an indoor track, and we went to Edinburgh. This is kind of a quick story. He's competing in the mile and the 800. Now you got to remember that he's coming back from a foot surgery, and he didn't run outdoor track as a 9th and 10th grader, so he really was new to the whole track scene. He ran the mile inside. If you've been to Edinburgh before, it's a big bubble. It's kind of a different experience. He ran the mile, and the meet was running on really quickly, so it was only about a 30-minute holdover until the 800. He ran the 800, and in the first lap, I think he was actually in the lead, and then all of a sudden, it hit him hard. The lactic acid started to build up, and he got what I call the death march, and he just went slowly, well actually quickly, to the back of the pack. He finished, and I just remember him coming up to me. His eyes were really big, and he was like, what the heck just happened? He said, I couldn't even move my legs. And I was kind of like, welcome to track and the whole lactic acid experience and having to run multiple events. So we go through his senior year of cross country where he had a phenomenal season, and I kind of likened to him taking his shirt off, and there was a Superman logo underneath there, and he was here. He burst onto the scene, and he had the season that we all knew he could have and we expected from him. During this past winter, his indoor track season, he caught a bug, and he was sick for probably about 6 weeks, and it seemed like it was just every other weekend. And he had major flu-like symptoms, and he didn't get to train like he wanted to because his success the previous season was in the 2-mile, but he wasn't able to train like he wanted to. So we kind of talked it over, and he decided to keep it shorter and do the 800 and the mile. So we go to outdoor track season, and I took the keys of this now fast sports car, and I handed them off to Coach Wade. She got to enjoy the success that he had. She kept him at that shorter distance, and it was definitely the right decision because he just won the 800 meters in districts with a time of 1:55, which was not a school record, but it was the fastest time, I think, in like 40 years. So it was really fast. So I think that he made the right decision. So I want to wish John good luck in his future.
Okay, the moment. Everybody needs to position themselves. If you're good, I will give the countdown, and they will sign their letters of intent. All right, 3, 2, 1, sign. Okay, fantastic. All right, so once again, great job. We wish you guys well. Represent the black and gold well, like we know you will. And we're excited to see what the future brings for every one of you. One more huge round of applause for these fine young men and women. Feel free to help yourself to cookies, to move around, do whatever you'd like to do to capture this moment, everyone. Thanks for coming. Drive safely home.